to my beautiful brown life, and welcome to my book review series called My Sweet Little Reads in 6 Minutes. And I'm so grateful because I love sharing books that I read. I love sharing books that makes me feel, and books that also teaches me a lesson about life, because it is what it is, guys. Life is not easy, neither is it simple. So that's why it's important to, do your research, get engulfed with literature, get engulfed with life and feeling. And it's educational too. Reading is educational. It feeds your mind, it feeds your soul. It gets you motivated to discover more, but not to let the words become you, but so you can grow from it. Yes. So the book that I'm reviewing today is The Heart of a King, The Loves of Solomon by Jill Eileen Smith, and I'm so excited to share this book with you because I have featured 2 books of Jill Eileen Smith on my YouTube channel. One of them is called The Crimson Cord, Rahab's Story, and the second one is called Redeeming Grace, Ruth's Story. And what I love with Jill Eileen Smith is that her book series tells the story of the women in the Bible from their perspective, or she gives them a voice, so to speak. And what I love is that how she tells the story of each woman. It's so dignified. It doesn't sound as though she's trying to mix words or make things anything what it is, but it sounds as though she's telling the reader about the feelings of these women in that moment, how they felt, how they reacted, what love did they want, what did they crave, and what was their desire. As a woman, our hearts, and some men too, but speaking from a woman's perspective, a woman's heart is a deep ocean of secrets. I heard that from Titanic. But it's so true. Like, you hold so much in your heart, your secrets, your loves, your desires. Some feelings may not be happy feelings that you hold in your heart, and that's why some of us suffer from heart disease, because we hold everything in there. And then you also have the health component. But I also want you guys to know that in life you go through so many things, and that it's supposed to teach you how to prevent that from happening, but also grow from it. And that's what I love that this book encompasses, because we all know King Solomon. He's the son of David, King David, and known as God's friend, and he is God's friend, and Bathsheba. And we all know their story, how they met with Uriah Hittite, and then, that whole process, they cleansed, they atoned, and then Solomon came. So what I love with this book is that this book talks about Solomon from his young age, from being a prince to his adversities to when he finally became the king of all of Israel. But what I love is that this book touches on his desires. Not, I won't say as only a man, but also as a man who knew that he had to lead this great nation, but he didn't know how. So it also talked about his desires to want to serve God, his desires to want to be a servant in God's vineyard, but he also couldn't help that desire as a man, if you know what I'm saying. So if you're ever thinking about, that thought in the back of your mind that no one understands you, that you can't express yourself to anyone, just know that God understands you. Just talk to him. And I know that may be so simple to say, oh, how would you know if God doesn't understand me? You don't know what life I live. You don't know my lifestyle. God knows your lifestyle. He knows what life you live, but he doesn't keep records of wrongs, and he doesn't think of you any different from anyone else in the world. And what I love with this book is that it also talks about his different connections with each woman, what they brought to him. One brought love, one brought servanthood, one brought the love of music, one brought his passions that he had for either for learning something, creating something, doing something out of the ordinary. Each woman brought something to him. Some of them brought beautiful things, and some of them also brought things that they should have kept to themselves in regards to religion. For Solomon worshipped God. However, some of his other wives worshiped other gods. So what this book also taught to me is the importance of how we live now in social media. You feel the need to want to share everything because everyone's sharing it. You feel the need to want to do everything that everyone is doing because you feel pressure to do it. But at the same token, you also don't want to engulf yourself, your mind, with so much knowledge and taking in everything that's happening around you that you forget the fact that you are who you are, that you are living, that you are an individual. And that's what I love that this book also talks about, that it also reiterates the importance of never forgetting who you are, regardless of any situation that you may go through. And the reason why I'm generalizing this book based on real life experiences, because that's what books are. They are based off real life experiences, and sometimes they're based off what we may think about ourselves in a moment. And that's what I really wanted you guys to really get and understand, is that from a perspective of a young girl who's growing up in a world where there's so much happening, so much attack, so much confusion, so much words, that never forget that God created you here for a reason, and that purpose is for you to, and your purpose is for you to discover that. And that's what I love that this book also teaches, and it transitions into each chapter so swiftly and so easily. So if you guys are interested in a book that gives you that emotion, and if you're interested in a book that's biblically based, then I would definitely recommend this book, and I'll be placing all of the links in the description box so that you can be able to get this book that is released. That's actually going to be released on April 30th, which is this month, and I actually have a book review copy. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. For My Sweet Little Reads in 6 minutes, it's all about bringing you books that inspire, that motivates you, that also gives you a different perspective and about life, about everything, as well as gives you another insight into what literature is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on another video of My Sweet Little Reads in 6 minutes. Thank you, and I'll see you later.